Hey there, and welcome. So today we are going to tackle one of the most one of the most frequent conversations you'll ever have in English. How was your weekend? It pops up every single Monday, like clockwork, right? And knowing how to handle it smoothly can really make a big difference in your day-to-day chats. So let's get into it.
It all kicks off with this question, doesn't it? Just picture this. It's Friday afternoon, you're just about done with the work week, and a coworker turns to you and asks, "Any plans for the weekend?" Sometimes they'll say the full sentence, sometimes just the short version. Either way, that is your signal that the weekend has officially begun.
All right, first up, the Friday kickoff. We're going to look at all that language of excitement and anticipation. The words and phrases that everyone starts using when the weekend is just right around the corner.
Okay, you will see this one everywhere. Seriously, check your texts, look at social media on a Friday afternoon, you'll see TGIF. It stands for Thank Goodness It's Friday, and it's just that perfect, universal sigh of relief. It really just captures that feeling of freedom when the work week is finally over.
So, what's better than a regular weekend? A long weekend, of course. This is that magical time when a public holiday gives you an extra day, usually a Friday or a Monday. That 3-day break, oh man, that is what everybody is hoping for. It just means more time to relax, maybe travel, or just catch up on everything.
Okay, now we're diving into the heart of the weekend itself, Saturday and Sunday. Let's take a look at the blueprint, you could say, the most common things people do, and the key phrases they use to talk all about them.
Ah, yes, probably the greatest luxury of the entire weekend, sleeping in. It's just that simple joy of not setting an alarm clock, right? And just waking up whenever you feel like it. For so many people, this is the #1 reward after a long week of early mornings.
And this quote right here from someone named Audra, it just perfectly captures that feeling. She's talking about her weekend and wishing she could have slept in even later. I think that's a feeling we can all definitely relate to.
So after you've had a nice sleep in, what's next? Well, for a lot of people, it's brunch. This meal, a combination of breakfast and lunch, is pretty much a weekend ritual. It's not really about the time of day, it's more about the whole experience. A slow, social, delicious meal with friends or family.
Weekends really have two different sides to them, don't they? You've got the fun, relaxing stuff like binge watching a new series or meeting up with friends, and then you've got the productive stuff, running errands, doing chores. For most of us, a weekend is a real balancing act between these two lists.
Let's zoom in on a really popular modern weekend activity, to binge watch. This is when you just plant yourself on the couch and watch episode after episode of a show. Sometimes you can get through a whole season in one go. It's the perfect way to just switch off and escape. And now for the other side of the weekend coin, running errands. This is such a great general phrase. It covers all those little necessary jobs you couldn't get done during the week. The grocery store, the bank, the post office. Instead of listing every single thing, you can just say, "I spent Saturday morning running errands." Super useful.
And of course, a huge part of the weekend is being social. You might meet up with your friends for coffee, maybe have a barbecue if the weather is nice, or maybe you'll just go window shopping, which is that fun activity of looking at all the cool stuff in stores without any pressure to actually buy anything.
Okay, the weekend fun is over, and suddenly it's Monday morning. Now we get to the second half of the whole weekend conversation, talking about what you actually did. This is where you get to share your story and hear what everyone else was up to.
Come Monday morning, I guarantee you're going to hear one of these questions. How was your weekend? Is probably the most common. But pay attention to the other ones because they use some really natural, casual spoken forms that can be a little tricky to catch if you're not expecting them. Let's take a closer look. So let's break this one down. When people talk fast in casual speech, "what did you" gets kind of squished together and it sounds like "what'd See that? What'd you do? It's just a contraction of what and did. Recognizing this is a huge step toward understanding real natural conversation.
And here's another really common casual phrase, get up to. It's just a relaxed, informal way of saying, do. That's it. So when you hear someone ask, "what did you get up to?" it simply means, "what did you do?" You're going to hear this one a lot.
And this is how you can use it in your answer. Let's say you had a quiet, relaxing weekend, no big plans. This response is perfect. I didn't get up to much. It just means I didn't do a lot. It's actually kind of interesting because we almost always use get up to either in questions or in negative answers like this one.
Okay, so now it's your turn. How do you take everything we've talked about and put it all together to talk about your weekend?
Well, in this last part, I'm going to give you a super simple guide to help you share your story with confidence.
Now, this is the single most important grammar rule for talking about your weekend. Are you ready? Use the simple past. Because the weekend is over, it's finished. All of your verbs have to be in the past. So you didn't go to the park, you went. You didn't see a movie, you saw one. Getting this right is absolutely key.
And here it is, a simple 3-step formula for the perfect answer. It's so easy. First, start with an adjective to describe the general feeling. Was it great, relaxing, super busy? Second, share just 1 or 2 things you did, using that simple past tense. You don't need to give them your entire schedule. And third, and this is important, always ask the question back. How about you? Or how was yours? It's just polite and it keeps that conversation flowing. All right, the floor is yours. I want you to think about your last weekend and try to use that 3-step formula. How was it? What 1 or 2 things did you do? You should try saying it out loud right now, just to practice. So, go on. What did you get up to this weekend?